What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Top 5 Podcast, a show where every week we choose a topic and give you a top 5 ranking. I'm your host, Ron McNerney, and joined with me today are my best friends, Zach Blanner,
Hey, what's up, guys?
Colin Harding,
Howdy doody.
and Matt Bush.
What's poppin'?
If you were around for one of our previous episodes of Top 5 Fast Food Restaurants, you'll be excited to know that today we're doing a sequel, which is our Top 5 Chain Restaurants, if you didn't read the title of the episode, of course. Starting off today's list is Zach Blanner with his number 5 pick. So, Zach, what chain restaurant did you throw in for your number 5?
All right, so my number 5 is not something that I'm going to advertise the food. If I'm being honest, if you want good food, probably not it. My number 5 is Eat in Park for no other reason other than the fact that it held down as the spot for everyone and everything that attended Baldwin school districts.
Not even just Baldwin.
We have,
just TJ.
I mean, no, yeah,
TJ,
you're right.
Brentwood.
TJ, like, that's the thing. So the Eaton Park by us, it is very much it was like our hub of, like, you go to Eaton Park and you see at least 5 people that you go to school with or from another school district. It's a spot you go after the football game. It's a spot you go before you go out and do something. It's usually, once you're older and of age, the spot where you end up at the end of the night.
Or if you're forced to go to church, that's where you would end up too after.
Yeah.
I was never privy to that.
Yeah, the food, probably below average. I'm going to be honest with you, especially ever since they edited their prices to make things more expensive.
They took it off the menu because they had it for like a week, but their I can't think of the name of it now.
If you say they're like onion and liver, I'm gonna kick you off this podcast. Okay.
It's like a southern hot sauce.
I
love it because I was gonna relate it to Bar Louie because they also have it. Here, I'll tell you what, I'll do it right now. They had like a fantastic version of a chicken sandwich. People who were sitting there listening
talking about, like,
to me
the
going,
Chicken Club?
No.
I mean, Ron would know.
It's why can't I think of what it's called?
I spent 4 years.
Here, you know what? Sheets has it now. That's where I'll find it.
Chipotle mayo, sriracha sauce.
Order. There we go.
You're thinking of ketchup.
Yes, Nashville. Yeah, Nashville hot chicken. The Nashville hot chicken, at Eaton Park was amazing. And that's what I'll give them credit for. But then they took it off the menu after like a week because who knows why.
I'll stand by their Welvicots. Their Welvicots are fire. But it's just cod.
I'm a sucker for a fish sandwich, and that one is passable, but it's still a fish sandwich.
It's not the best ever. If you ever go to like the Monkey Bar Grill down 51, it's a place with really good fish sandwiches.
Never been in that place.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, it's fish sandwich season, boys.
It's fish sandwich season.
Dude, it is.
My cousin has.
The churches aren't doing it this year, though, so like I need a new plug.
Some are.
It just depends on...
The one by me isn't.
Is it the Holy Angels? Is that it?
No,
I don't
St.
think
Albert
Holy Angels. Really
yeah.
But they're not doing it this year.
Well, it's not St. Albert's anymore, Matt. So technically St. Albert's wouldn't be doing it.
Oh, but whatever. It's the same building. Oh my
god. Yeah, Eaton Park, man. It just a lot of great memories in that restaurant. A lot of bad memories in that restaurant. But yeah, just all around, just a great time. I probably would sell like maybe 2% of my soul just to go back and relive like a night after 2%. A football game, or I mean, yeah.
You're only saying
honestly,
like 20% off discount. I always came in.
Who, you
did?
Discount.
That's the only. Yeah, because I worked there.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
so
that was a plus for sure. For sure, it made everything like what it should be priced at. But yeah, Eaton Park. If you know, you know, and if you know, leave a comment.
If you're plugged in.
So if you're in like the Pennsylvania area and some West Virginia,
Does
then you
Philly?
know.
Philly doesn't have it though, right?
I don't think so. No, it's more like
I
Western
don't
PA
know.
and West Virginia, and I think there's one.
I think
one or
there
two in
is
Ohio.
a
think there's one in
handful in
Ohio, right?
Ohio. Yeah, there's a handful.
Right on the border there.
Yeah. But yeah, solid pick, Zach. And
Thank you.
my number 5 was really hard because I think I wrote down like 10 restaurants and I decided on this one. My number 5 is Burgatory.
Oh
That's not
wow.
bad.
So
Okay.
I threw that as my chain. I wanted at least a burger place, but I went through a bunch of different places. So I went through Permanis, Benihana, Chili's, Red Robin. At one point, I had Hard Rock Cafe on there. Then I realized it was being stupid. I was more for like nostalgia from when I was a little kid. I don't even remember if their food's good.
I've never been to a Hard Rock Cafe in my life.
Either by.
Yeah, I went there like a few times, like with my dad.
People
That
do
was,
live and
like,
die
way
by
young.
that restaurant though.
They do.
Oh yeah.
They really do. But Burgatory I think is like the solid and prime like burger spot place IMO. I can't really think of another one. I mean, the only thing Red Robin has on them is bottomless fries, or I guess bottomless sides if you get like broccoli and stuff too.
No, Burgatory's
Yeah.
burgers are better.
Yeah.
Than
No,
Red Robin.
Yeah, they're
absolutely.
Oh, I
burgers
mean,
are
no
better.
question.
Mhm.
Of course,
Yeah.
they're more of like a gourmet burger. Like
Burgatory
you
has
go to-
literally everything of a Red Robin except they're just a little bit more expensive.
I don't know about it, just a little bit more.
No, they're definitely
Okay,
a lot
they're
more.
Yeah.
they're quite a bit more.
Okay, more.
You spend $20 at a burger at Burgatory.
Yeah.
It's worth the price of
Not
admission.
20, but
No,
after
like
milkshake
I mean,
you
and
get,
everything,
like-
you're
you
spending
get like
around
a
that.
3/4 pound burger with a milkshake that's way overpriced, but I don't know.
The
It's
milkshakes
so
are all
good.
about the presentation. That's why they're expensive.
I mean, it is, but a $5 milkshake's a little crazy.
Well, that's why you go to Steak and
I don't even
Shake.
think
Hey,
If you
that-
can find one.
Bro, they were selling $5 milkshakes in Pulp Fiction. When you account for inflation, that's actually like a decent price.
I mean, sure, in Pulp Fiction.
Listen,
Yeah,
all
when did Pulp
all
Fiction
I'm
come out? Like
saying-
94? Like
all
that's
I'm
not that's not bad, all things considered.
All I'm saying is you don't buy the milkshake, Colin. You buy a marshmallow the size of your fist and you get a milkshake with it.
Yeah, no, that's really what it is with that.
Oh, a jumbo marshmallow. However, will you find one of those, Zach?
Yeah.
But no, this one's like lightly toasted. It's got this like the sprinkle stuff
You can
on it.
start a fire for
good.
free pretty much anywhere. And
They
put
take a little
marshmallow next to it.
blowtorch.
I mean,
Yeah.
illegally, no.
Yeah.
Legally,
You use a lighter.
Yeah.
You can start a fire.
I mean, if you consider a lighter a fire,
It is a fire.
I mean, it's a
is
fire by
fire.
definition.
And if
It's
you want to roast
fire.
if
I
you
don't
want to
know
roast
if it's
marshmallows,
fire.
it's gonna roast a marshmallow.
Yeah, if you want your marshmallow.
Like
to
if
be
you're gonna try and burn
gasoline.
someone down, somewhere down, like I don't know if you're really getting away with that.
Zach, if you're
but,
trying to
like,
say a lighter isn't much of a fire, then I want to just have you put a lighter next to your carpet and just flick it on, and then
No,
just
no,
see
no.
what
I'm saying a
happens.
lighter is fire. It's not a fire. Does that make sense?
No.
Unless
he
it's a
has
fire lighter.
he has his own connotation to fire, and to him a fire
Yeah.
is like an entire skyscraper burning.
Well, I mean, no. It's a bit of an overestimation. No, like I think a fire. It honestly doesn't even matter. Who's next?
Definitely does not matter at all.
But Burgatory is definitely a solid spot. Especially if you just want to get different types of burgers and your good burgers, of course. Got to go with elk. But yeah, highly recommend Burgatory to anyone. If you haven't been there, you're kind of just messing up, or your wallet's too empty. So I apologize.
Is
but-
Burgatory everywhere? Or is that just in Pittsburgh?
No, it's a chain. It's all over.
It's a lot of
Okay.
places.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I wasn't sure.
Eaton Park. Yeah, we already went over Eaton Park being pretty much local. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
Burgatory's my number 5. Matthew, what is yours?
Yo, my number 5 is another local chain, but it's one that doesn't serve below average food. Well, it does, I guess, depending on your stance. I have Permanis as my number 5.
Manny's is great.
Yeah, dude, that was the hardest
There's a
choice.
lot of
between-
imitations.
Yeah.
Of
There are, but you can't get close to the Yinzer special, dude.
No, you
Dude, there's
can't.
in Ohio. There's a place called Panini's. I think it's like more spread out, and it actually might be in other places outside of Ohio. But it is literally just like a rip of Permanis. And I remember we would go there, and everybody would be like, "Oh, Panini's is so good." I'm like, I mean, it's good, but it ain't no Permanis. And then the
It ain't
people who go to
Permanis,
Pittsburgh, they're like, "No, of course not." And then everyone from Ohio is like, "What? Permanis isn't that good?" And they're like, "Okay, sounds like somebody from Ohio."
It's like the Sheets
It's
Wawa
Sweet,
not,
where
debate.
it's
you're
not about
from.
Permanis being good. It's about getting Permanis and like getting the Permanis experience where like you show up, you might get your order taken within the first 20 minutes. It might take you like
Might take
30
an
to
hour.
45. Odds are your order's probably going to be wrong and the bread's going to be soggy and like the fries are going to be soggy and it's going to be whatever. But it's good because that's what you go there when you sign up.
And you're gonna
For the
pay
Permanis
you're gonna pay
experience.
$10 for a sandwich that's mostly bread.
Yeah. You order a beer. You order the tall version of the beer because you know that it might not get there for 20 minutes, and then the next time you get one, as soon as you get it, you put in another order because again, it's Russian roulette. It's like, oh, when are we getting it?
Yeah.
Permanis shot up in value as soon as we turned 21, though. That's what made it.
Oh, you're not wrong. It
Absolute
just is,
contender.
there's like
yeah.
Permanis everywhere I go. So it's like if I'm out and we're just trying to eat, like Permanis is like an agreeable spot. Like no one's gonna bitch
Yeah.
and complain about Permanis. Like
Well-
it has everything for everyone that you could want.
Ever since they put one in the waterfront, they like covered all their bases.
Yeah, realistically.
I just think it's just too pricey sometimes. Like if you go for like the night, what do they call it? Like
The after
They're
dark,
like
whatever.
they're like their appetizer
Yeah,
deals
it's
and
like
stuff.
their-
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Their
where
app
you can
deals.
get like a
Their Park
burger
After
for
Dark
what, like
special.
$4. Like a burger for $4 isn't
No,
bad.
that you can't get the burgers no more. They took that off.
Well then
Oh,
they
really?
ruined it.
Mhm.
Well, you can
mean,
get all kinds of. You can get like
you can get like
Mott's steak
six
you
and
can-
wings
you can get
for
a whole bunch of stuff.
$2. Six
Yeah.
wings for $2 or something.
It's
You
like a
get some
they're
other
crazy
appetizer.
good
Like it's
deals,
not
yeah.
bad. But
No, they're
like
good.
during the day, I just have a problem, paying like $10 for a sandwich. Especially like if you're really into Pittsburgh, the Real McCoy. So you're going to the Real McCoy a lot more often than you are Permanis because their sandwiches are insane. It's not a Permani sandwich, but they're hoagies. And hoagies from Real McCoy are phenomenal. They're amazing. They're life-changing.
Matt, do you have a preferred sandwich when you go into Permanis? For the non-Yinzers who might be listening.
Getting the sandwich, I'm getting the capicola and cheese.
Capicola
Always
cheese
with
the only way.
onions. The fact that they don't give you onions on it as a base standard is
It's weird.
to me. Like a sandwich without onions is incomplete. If you're serving me a sandwich and ain't got onions on it, I don't want it. I don't.
I don't know like a lot of things without onions. There's a lot of things that need onions. Onions are just good.
You know what I'm kind of afraid of is my dad. He has this thing where when he eats onions, he gets headaches. And I'm fine with onions, but you said he used to eat onions all the time, and I'm afraid that in my older age, at some point, I'm gonna inherit this horrible
That
ailment
horrible trait.
of getting headaches
Dude,
after
I'll
I
be
eat
fucked.
onions.
Whenever I make food for myself, I start with like half an onion.
Oh yeah.
That's the base.
Yeah.
thing.
I mean, what you should do is you should tell them to like cut up the onion and then soak it in water for like 10 minutes. It might just be the oils on the onion that are getting to them, and that'll
I
get
don't
rid of
think
a
my
lot of it.
father makes any food with onion. The only time my dad cooks is if it's like steak or like meat that he's usually killed.
More of like going to a
So-
restaurant getting onions has like
When
a
he's
problem with.
chilling and grilling.
Yeah.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
waitress, can you soak the onion for 10 minutes in the back?
Yeah.
I will know
You could ask
if it's
him.
not 10 minutes.
Make a memo of it. I'm sure the cook at the Permanis or wherever he's at would love to see that little memo.
Sir,
on
this
the
is an
ticket.
Eaton Park.
If I
No,
was there and someone said that to
okay.
me, I would straight up just not do it.
bit of a side thing. Last night when I was working, the dude ordered fries, and he said, "Can you make them extra crispy?" And anyone who's worked in a restaurant knows that when you order fries, they're not making your fries specifically for your meal. There is a big bowl of fries that sits under the warmer, and that is the bucket that they are shoveling these fries out of. Okay. So he asked for his fries extra crispy, and I didn't want to lie to the guy. Truthfully, I didn't want to lie to the guy. So I told him, I said, I'm going to make a memo of it, but I honestly cannot promise you that the kitchen is going to do it. And he was so annoyed with me.
I feel like you should just lie to him.
I mean,
Like,
I
yeah,
probably
we'll get
should
them
have.
extra crispy.
I
Put it
mean,
on. You put it like on the ticket, so that way you can't be blamed. But I would say that like 90% of the time they couldn't tell the difference.
I'll be honest with you. Like,
probably
it
right.
wasn't. I mean, I worked at my uncle's restaurant dinner time on Fridays, and whenever people asked it for extra crispy, they just threw it in the fryer for a little bit longer.
Well, I mean, your uncle's restaurant's a lot different than like a chain
I mean, not
restaurant.
really whenever there's people lined up around the building on Friday nights.
I mean,
Well-
I'm not saying like, yeah. Did you guys have a bucket of fries that you
Yeah.
did? Oh well, I mean, I feel like whenever you have your own restaurant, you're more likely to adhere to like stuff like that.
I mean,
when
like
you
we
just- if-
would just get the order in, and then we'd just throw in extra fries for that person.
Well, right, but what I'm saying is like I think that you get more of a tailored experience whenever you do go to like a not a chain restaurant.
I
like a
guess,
like a
but I
mom and
also
pop
think
restaurant.
it's
Yeah.
laziness from a lot of workers that just don't want to. Because like fries are one, they're not hard to cook. I mean, hell, I did it half the time. There, you throw some fries in, and you let them sit there until they look like they're done, and then you pull them out, and then you serve them.
I mean,
It's not hard. It's just laziness.
yeah, but like when you have like the kid who's just dunking fries, like they're not gonna do it, you know? Because at the end of the day, like, what are they gonna? What are the guys gonna do? Oh, my fries aren't crispy. They're gonna go to me, then I'm gonna go into the back of the kitchen, and odds are they're just not like Matt said. They aren't even gonna say anything.
I mean, yeah, no, I mean it's not that nothing's gonna happen. It's just that you're an asshole and you're lazy if you don't do it because it's not hard. Because there's always somebody sitting at the fryers. There's always somebody sitting at the fryers, and if there's not, then your kitchen management sucks.
Well,
It's just the truth.
I mean, we don't have someone consistently at the fryers. We dunk fries, and I mean that's really. There's only two other things on the menu that we use the fryers for.
That's sad. You should always have somebody sitting at the fryers. You shouldn't have the cooks doing something like that.
Well,
That's just poor kitchen management.
Colin.
talk to BJ's.
You really use the fires like that?
I mean, we have mozzarella sticks that use the fryers. The fries use the fryers. I think we dunk our sriracha Brussels sprouts very quickly into the fryers, and then maybe I believe the avocado egg rolls get dunked quickly. But like we don't have a whole lot of food that requires fryers at all, really.
Damn,
Aside from like a handful of appetizers that are just a quick dunk in, dunk out. But
dunk in,
yeah.
dunk out.
Colin, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Dave and Buster's.
Oh damn.
I don't typically, so like that's the thing is like I don't actually typically go there for the food. Usually it's just like
You
one of those
everyone else.
caveats. It's just a
Everyone
caveat.
else.
It's a caveat to have a you know a restaurant built into your pool hall or arcade. So like periodically me and Justin will go down to Dave and Buster's and play pool for a few hours, or I haven't done it recently just because school was insane, but or like my family will go down there and we'll have like a family day and we'll do like, just goof around in the arcade and do dumb shit together. So it's fun. I mean, their food's all right. It's nothing like to take home for, but it's more just like the combination of arcade, pool,
Some
if
appetizers.
you're into the sports bar thing, like they have a massive sports bar in ours at least. And then you got the arcade sitting over there, so it's a good restaurant. It's a fun restaurant, I should say.
I agree.
I like Dave & Buster's food.
Yeah, I mean it's nothing
I had it
special, but it's
once.
not bad.
Yeah.
Zach, what's your number 4?
My number 4, kind of in the same vein as my number 5. It's a lot more of like nostalgia and experiences at the place, but I have Red Robin. For us, we would always go see a movie and then hit Red Robin almost exclusively every time we were done. Granted, this was before Burgatory. This was before the Permanis and all that new stuff that's down there.
It wasn't before Burgatory. Burgatory is just expensive.
Yeah, Burgatory is just
That's the whole
expensive
reason we
for
didn't go to
everything.
Burgatory.
We
Yeah.
started going there, and then I think once
We also weren't
once they
21.
added the Burgatory. Yeah, that's also true.
Burgatory's been there for a while.
But
Steak and
yeah,
Shake
Red
was a big one
Robin.
whenever we were younger too. Walking there with Hunter and he's just sprinting across the street wildly like a madman.
We didn't even see him run half the time. He was just there.
Yeah, he just ended up on the other side of the street. And it's not like there wasn't traffic. My man just like saw a small opening and just ran.
I'm
Absolute
convinced he
mad
didn't
lad.
even run. I just like fell through a portal and appeared.
Probably.
Zach,
Um,
continue.
Yeah, man. But we got the Red Robin. You know, it's pretty solid burgers all around. Not super expensive. I would say slightly overpriced for what you get. Um, you got the bottomless appetizers, and whenever the handful of
Sides.
times we went there, I highly doubt the dude or the server that worked there then is still there. But we'd place the order, and he'd be like, "All right, guys, like what like sides do you want?" He'd get the sides, and before the food actually came out, he'd bring out the sides for us
Yeah.
to eat. Shout out to that man.
Yeah, like if you got
Great
fries, he
guy.
made sure that you got your bottomless fries coming out.
Oh yeah, I remember going through like 2 or 3 orders of stuff or of like the fries or like whatever side I got before the food got there, and it was just
I mean,
phenomenal.
I remember there was even one
Um
time where we were sitting there and he brought out fries and he said, "Here's some boxes to take some fries home."
yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. Yeah. Like shout out to that guy. But
That's probably why
yeah,
he got
just like
fired.
if he
He was
got
going through their
fired.
entire budget in fries. Like, here, take the fries.
But yeah, great place, pretty solid food, and it was our spot for after we would see a movie, because we saw movies all the time when we were younger, back in high school and early college.
Oh yeah. I mean,
But
as soon as movies come back into the scene a little bit better, we're probably gonna do the same thing.
oh
Yeah. It
yeah,
helps that we're
and
just
yeah,
all in Pittsburgh too, just
Oh
not in
yeah.
school.
no, definitely for sure. Like I really want to go. I just want to see a movie, dude. I want to go out and actually see a movie
I mean,
so bad.
right now they're doing some pretty popular movies right now, so
Shrek's
it
coming
wouldn't-
back.
know.
I would be up for it.
Honestly, I think I saw that, it was a while back, but I think AMC down on the waterfront, they were, like, showing old movies for, like, so cheap. It was,
Just to
like,
get people to board.
$5. Yeah, I was actually thinking about just popping in and seeing a movie, just like Indiana Jones, like, stuff like that, like,
Oh
old
yeah.
movies they were showing
They
with the
had
ride.
like Wizard of Oz and other things too.
Yeah,
I
but,
mean, they have Tom and Jerry that we could go see for, giggles, because it's not like there's a bunch of stuff, but
I
it's
watched
always
it.
a thing.
It's
yeah,
on
I actually
HBO
just watched it
Max.
the other night.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's no fun if you can't go see it in a theater.
I saw it with the fam.
I mean, I agree with you for sure.
But yeah, I do understand.
Is
Solid
Justice League
movie.
going to the theater? I wouldn't mind us all getting together to go see Justice League.
I'm not-
I've heard
I'm not
even
going.
worse.
It would be a
things
cold
about
day in
the
hell
Snyder
before I
Cut.
went. I saw Justice
Yeah.
League.
I'm not watching.
Every review
4
that I've
hours
watched
for
about
a
the
Zack
Snyder
Snyder
Cut.
jerk off fest. I would rather do anything else.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not doing it. I know you wouldn't mind it, Zach,
Um,
but I wouldn't mind putting a bullet.
I
in
mean,
it
I'm
once
gonna
I've seen
watch
that
it.
movie.
It comes out tomorrow, so like I'm for sure seeing it. Like I'm watching.
I don't know
I'd
if I'm-
sooner watch on HBO than pay more money for it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it
Yeah.
just
I mean, I'm
because
not
every
watching
review I've
it,
seen
period.
was it's worse
I
than
mean,
the original.
We can always just go and see Kong get his shit absolutely rocked by Godzilla when that
Dude,
drops.
Kong's gonna win, even though he shouldn't. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
No.
they might make him win.
I'm
and
telling you, Kong's gonna win.
Or you know what they're gonna do, just because of all the hype and stuff, they're gonna make them team up and take out the massive lizard ape hybrid.
Space Godzilla or something.
Yeah.
I saw a meme. It was just Godzilla standing there with like a little caption bubble above him saying like, "Oh man, thanks for dropping that nuke on me, guys. I really needed to pick me up, but I know I'm gonna crash down from it later." And it's a picture of like Kong like worried, like he's just going, "What?" They dropped a what?
They did. He took a nuke to the face because he needed recharged, and and you're honestly gonna try and convince me that Kong is a worthy opponent. Like, you can't do it, dude.
No, but yeah, man, Red Robin. It was just a great spot, great memories going there, talking about the movies we saw after we saw them. Solid restaurant overall. Nothing too amazing about it, but also nothing horribly bad about it. Yeah.
Solid pick for the Mem, Zach. Can agree. For my number 4 pick, Colin already has a prelude to it, but my number 4 pick is Applebee's. But if you work at Texas
Ooh.
Roadhouse, we call y'all Crapplebees, because competitor and all that.
I mean, for a while it really was Crapplebee's until whoever
True.
bought it or whatever revamped the whole thing.
I mean, honestly, the pandemic made me go to Applebee's more often than anything, and tell you what, they really stepped up. It's fantastic. Mostly their wings. Their wings are fire. But the alcoholic in me being above the age of 21, those dollar drinks they have are freaking fantastic.
It's messed up stuff. Who's that cheap?
Yeah.
They do have decent deals. We went to Applebee's like 2 months ago out in Monroeville, and I was looking at some of their deals. Like, it's not bad. Like, they have like their dinner deals, which is like the 2 for like 24.
2
or
for
something,
20
where,
and then
like,
a 2 for 25. They have like two
yeah,
separate ones.
and
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
get like a decent amount of food for $25, and
Yeah, it's
considering
crazy.
it's actually a deal, not just hey, bundle these things together and we'll call it 2 for 25, even though they still always add up to 2 for 25, even if you just order them off the menu. I hate those like deals, as they call it.
But like but Colin, just like imagine those deals and actually going to the restaurant and then getting $1 tequila as much as you want. Those tequila drinks are, I mean, it's tequila, so it's trash, but it's still
Yeah.
good, and it does
Well,
the
here's
job
the
for
thing.
$1.
This is what's scary. Even if it's like even if there's like not even a shot of alcohol, you drink like what? You drop $10 on them, you're getting pretty messed up. Like
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it has no business having that
no,
being
it's
that
like,
cheap. Yeah,
it should be illegal. That's worse than nickel shot night.
Oh my god.
and the worst part is that bottle of tequila, they're still not losing any money on that, even if they put half a shot in it.
Of
No,
course
for
not.
sure. And
'Cause,
let's
you
be
know.
honest, it's probably like the tequila that like has been sitting in the wine and spirits for the past decade that hasn't been sold, and it probably has worms. Well, I guess it's supposed to be worms in tequila, right? But
Yeah, worm.
I mean, the
The
good ones have
good
worms in
tequila
it.
has worms in it.
yeah,
It ain't Jose Cuervo, and that's all I care about.
no, screw that.
No, it's not dumpster juice.
That being said, tequila might suck, but I still really want to try the Rocks tequila. I really want it. Want to try it.
I mean, you
Okay,
want to try
I'll
it,
do
try it. I still want to. I hate
Terramana.
gin, but I still want to try it. Aviation gin. So
You hate gin?
I'm not a gin guy. No, I had it.
Oh, dude, I
threw
love
up from it.
gin.
It's disgusting.
Gin's just basically ethanol.
No, I love gin. I love gin.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'd sooner drink scotch than gin.
Mm.
Like, I don't hate gin as much as I hate tequila, but gin is very much just pure ethanol.
I like it. It tastes like flowers.
I think it just
What kind
tastes
of
like
flowers
ethanol.
do you eat, my guy?
Well, that's the thing. It's like a botanical thing. If you get a nice gin and mix it with a nice like tonic, then it should taste like Sprite.
I just mean like gin by itself. Like just if you
I
just
mean,
put gin on the rocks.
I
or
guess-
something, it's
I
still-
guess it all depends on the gin, right?
I guess that's fair.
At the end of the day.
But enough talk about the alcohol. Applebee's is my number 4 pick. Good prices, good food. Not as good as my number 2 for the people listening. We'll get to that later. Obviously.
Okay.
Well, you'll see.
You don't
why.
say.
You'll see why. But yeah, Applebee's is my number 4. Matt, what is your number 4?
My number 4 is Denny's.
Oh my god. I hope Eaton Park's
Yuck.
somewhere higher
Bro.
on that list.
No, Eden Park. Denny's is way better than Eden Park. What are you even talking
I'm
about?
kicking
Dude,
you out of
you're
this
mad.
channel.
You're an absolute mad
Denny's is
lad.
better than Eaton Park.
Denny's is like good.
Fools.
Denny's is genuinely better than Eaton Park. I never really went to Denny's, so I didn't have an opinion until
I
I started
started
dating
going-
Alex.
Like in the before times
In the before times.
because
the
it was-
before time.
they're open late, dude. They're open 24/7.
Yeah. No,
Like
that's
if
a
you're out
huge
at
one.
2 a.m. and
Wow,
you're
Eaton
trying
Park.
to get food, you're gonna.
Not all of them
I
are.
want good food though.
Nice.
Every
Some
Denny's
are-
is open
are.
24/7, where not all Eaton Parks are.
I'm not going to Eaton Park. I'm going to Denny's. 'cause
But
Denny's-
I'll tell you what, you are kind of right. Like, I didn't go to Denny's until I started dating Alex, and she loves Denny's. And I was like, it's just gonna be another Eaton Park. Like, it's gonna be subpar food. And honestly, like, I wasn't disappointed with the food. It genuinely was something that I was like, you know what? If I'm paying $5 for this, like, I'm actually kind of happy that it's $5 because it feels like it's almost too cheap.
No, I mean they have like a pretty stocked menu. You can get breakfast like pancakes, eggs, all the like the usual suspects, French toast, or you could get like burgers and shit too, and like
Yeah,
country
and they're
fried
good
steak and
burgers.
stuff. And they're not. No, I think their burgers are actually good. Like they don't do anything exceptional. It's the fact that they're open late, and it's just greasy food that I can enjoy.
Yeah.
Man, I
honestly.
will say, I forget who I was even with, but it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. We went to Denny's, and I got this like spicy burger. I don't even remember what it was, but it was just coated in like hot sauce and like other hot things. Dude, it
Oh,
was
yeah, I'm sure that was
fantastic. It was so good.
Oh,
I have to say
That's
that
the only thing I
Denny's is
ever liked from Denny's.
terrible for you, but it's delicious.
Yeah.
the Denny's in Century 3, some of their employees aren't up to par for any restaurant, in my
They're
opinion.
working
They're
at
just
Dude,
very
it's a Denny's. It's
No, I just mean like these people are like
Listen,
I don't know why you're laughing. It's like saying it's a Eaton Park. I mean, like what,
yeah.
what it is
What you saying about
Yeah,
Eaton
so-
Park employees, man?
is like
nothing you wouldn't confirm.
we
Yeah, I
got
know.
seated by our waitress, and she just didn't show up for like, not that she wasn't doing anything. She was actually just sitting at the front of whatever, like front at the restaurant. She wasn't like at the whatever stand that is, but she was just like sitting
What, the
somewhere
host
near the
stand?
front, just like running through her phone for 40 minutes. And then she came over to us and took our order, and I'm like, what are you like, you're supposed to be doing your job right now, not sitting over on the like waiting area going through your phone. And then the cook was having like this crazy conversation with somebody from one of the seats, and I was like, this isn't, I mean, granted it was late at night, so these people are probably like barely functioning as it is, but
That's what I was
They're
gonna
probably
ask. Was
high
how
I was
late
just
out of
so-
was
their
it?
mind.
I was just so frustrated because I was like, this is ridiculous. But every other Denny's I've gone to so far has been good.
My
Um,
favorite thing to get at Denny's is they have like these like funnel cake ball things that they like deep fry and give you like
Oh yeah,
frosting with them.
those are good.
Those are dangerous, dude.
I like they
fucking
used to
kill
have
like
the
them.
chocolate pancake balls. I don't remember what they were
Yeah,
called.
dude. Yeah,
Those were actually good. We would get a serving of those to take home, and we'd eat them with our brothers.
They're dangerous, man.
They are.
Colin, are they as dangerous as your number 4 pick?
Maybe.
What's your pick?
My number 4 is Cheesecake Factory.
Yo,
That low?
Uh,
Okay.
Forgot about
Yeah.
Cheesecake Factory.
that's a
I think-
low.
So, like,
I got you.
obviously, Cheesecake Factory literally has something for everybody because their menu is like a whole fucking novel. But
Yeah.
I think the thing is like, as much as there is something for everybody, everything is very plain. And I like a little bit of spice in my food, if you get what I'm saying. So
So you want spices in your food? I get what you're saying.
yeah, and it's just it's very like, if you're talking about the picky child, that's the menu for the picky child. Like any picky child's gonna go there and be like, I like everything on the menu because that's what it is for. There's always, a few exceptions on their menu, but the thing is like, the thing that I like the most there is their grande burrito, or burrito grande, or whatever, the burrito grande, whatever they call it.
I didn't even know they
It is
made
this-
burritos there.
It is a 1 foot burrito that is stuffed with like everything that burritos can be stuffed with. It uses chicken as the meat, but it doesn't use just chicken chunks. It's like shredded chicken. And then it's smothered in beans, in sauce, in guacamole, in sour cream. It is amazing. And the only reason I get it is because there's another restaurant out in Monroeville that does the same thing, and that's the only place that does it near here. My uncle introduced me to that one, but I saw that they had it, and that's like one of my favorite things to get there now. Is I'll go there and I'll take home half of it for later, because it's only like $12 for this whole burrito, and it's a massive burrito. So you just take home half, and in the case of my parents, they only eat like a fourth of it, and then they put the rest in the fridge, and they're eating it for like 2 days.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of Cheesecake Factory. Their
Yeah,
menu
big fan.
selection's just too good to like overlook, you know?
I mean, the main reason you're going there is so that way you can have cheesecake at the end.
Well,
I mean, like,
Yeah.
and that's
I
the
mean,
good
yeah.
part about
Name
them
of the
is they have for every restaurant they have the best dessert. Period. And that's why you go there is because you get to get amazing dessert after you're done, and that's why. Like we usually do, they either have whenever we go to Cheesecake Factory, we do the deals where if you buy so many gift cards, you get like 2 cheesecake slices for free. So we buy the gift cards and pay for our meal with it, and then we get 2 slices for free. Or DoorDash will have deals where they give out like 2 slices of cheesecake for free if you order like $30 or something.
That's a solid deal.
yeah.
Good number pick. Good number 4 pick, Colin. Zach.
I like number pick.
You like number pick. I will say that for now on. Zach, we're swinging it back to you for your number 3. What is it?
My number 3 is the Bees, dude. Applebee's is great for reasons we previously discussed, but for me, it literally fed me all throughout my junior year. I would DoorDash the 2 for $20 deal, get the appetizer and then the 2 entrees, eat that and then have food for the next day because my kitchen my junior year was absolutely inoperable. So I was DoorDashing Applebee's a lot. Also, their boneless wings have absolutely no reason to be as good as their boneless wings
Dude, they're
are.
so
Like,
good.
For the money that you spend on their boneless wings, especially during half price apps, like unbeatable. When their wings are when those boneless wings are half priced, I would put them up against any like chain restaurant's boneless wings, 100%.
And you gotta get the barbecue wings, have the ranch on the side, then you got barbecue ranch
Yeah.
dipping it in.
And
It's
then the blue cheese. Gotta get the blue
fantastic. Or you get the
cheese.
blue
Oh.
cheese. Fantastic. Yeah, dude.
Great,
So
great.
Good. They're so good.
Yeah, man. I love Applebee's. Fed me all my junior year. As we discussed about the dollar drinks. Actually has a pretty decent tap list for
He
a
only
chain
got the dollar
restaurant.
drinks for everybody listening. He didn't get food. He just drank.
Well, I know. I actually haven't been in an Applebee's a whole lot. There's
I
been a
thought you were just
handful.
gonna go, no, I think you're right. And I was gonna be like, damn, I just said that as a joke.
But yeah, guys, Applebee's number 3.
Good pick. Good pick. My number 3 pick. We were just talking about wings, but these wings are the superior wings, which are Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh
And my number
wow.
3.
Damn,
B-Dubs.
that's high.
B-Dubs has the best wings in the game that I can think of, in terms of chain, of course.
Oh,
I've had a lot
I
of
would
I've had a
argue.
lot of
I
local
might be
places
best.
I think that could be better.
I
What?
think that's some cap.
I could
Some
definitely
cap?
argue chain wings there's almost all of them are better than Buffalo
I think
Wild
Quaker Steak
Wings.
probably does have better wings. I'm not
Quaker
gonna
Steak
lie.
is significantly better
I'm
than
not a
Buffalo Wild
Quaker
Wings.
kind of guy. I'm a B-Dubs kind of guy.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to believe that.
I'm gonna have
I'll
to
tell you
take in
what.
Quaker Steak a little bit more often.
I feel like Buffalo Wild Wings used to be really good. I used to love Buffalo Wild Wings, but for some reason now every time I go, I always have a bad experience with the service and like the food is just very subpar. It's not as good as I remember it being at all.
I mean, I always get their like hotter sauces, and I like their hotter sauces, but Quaker Steak just does such a better job. Especially like, I remember back in like I was with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and her family went and got like the 2 buckets of wings.
Do they sell wings by the buckets?
They
Oh, wait,
sell
Quaker?
wings by the bucket.
From Quaker or
Quaker
Buffalo?
Steak.
Okay.
Quaker Steak?
And
Okay. Yeah.
It was a deal. Like I think we walked out of there paying like $40 for like 2 or 3 buckets, and those buckets were filled to the brim with wings, and it was awesome. I mean, I think we saved like a bucket for the next day because we ended up not eating any that much, but it was good.
Dude, I'll never forget the day that we went to Quaker Steak wing night after a track practice, and I watched Brendan
Oh.
Babston. Or Brendan, if you're listening to this, dude, shout out to you. I watched this man go eat like the beginning before salads, which is like from the salad bar. I saw this man pound that, then proceed to eat like 98 wings.
Dude,
Then
whenever they
hit
had
the
that
dessert bar it was something to watch, man, for sure.
I loved
Shout out to you,
their wing
Brendan.
night whenever they had that. That was so good. They weren't always like, because obviously they're sitting on a what are those called?
Bar stools? I don't know what.
Like, do they call them like carousels? Oh, did they put them on chairs? No, they had like the. See, now I can't even think of what they're actually like.
The Lazy Susan?
No, Lazy Susan's the circular thing, like with it spins.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Now I can't even think of what the restaurants are called. Like where you just go up buffet. It's in like a buffet. I don't know what they call like the actual buffet, but they put all of them in a buffet. So obviously it's not as good as a fresh cooked wing, but like it's still pretty close and it's awesome.
Where, at Quaker Steak?
Yeah.
Maybe that's certain Quaker Steaks is the one I went to. They brought them to us. We'd order them and they brought
did
them
you? Oh, because the one at Century 3, they would.
Yeah, that's one we
Oh,
went to.
Yeah.
maybe they started doing that
Yeah.
like later because I started going to their
Maybe,
wing
I don't
nights
know.
like later once I started to have more of a life of my own.
Well, the reason I chose Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah,
is-
anyway. Sorry about that, Ron.
No, you're good. I don't know. Just in my experience of having wings, that's usually like the better place in terms of chains to go to. We didn't go to Quaker a whole lot.
I'm sorry.
The main Quaker experience that I had was like in school, but like I don't really count that too much. That was just it was just like a Quaker steak. They did have really good wings. But I mostly got their burgers, if I'm being honest. But yeah, B-Dubs, solid spot. I like their draft selection because I'm not as too in with the special beers like the IPAs and everything.
No, they actually have a really good draft selection
Yeah.
at Buffalo.
So yeah, that's why I was a number 3.
Ron,
So yeah. What?
you left out the bit where where me and you went toe to toe with the hottest wings that they serve.
Yeah, honestly, I thought that was gonna be your like bad experience that you were talking about, but I was like, eh. Yeah.
Oh, no,
for,
dude.
For
I
preface,
no.
for backstory.
I mean, didn't you guys
for-
only have 2 though?
I thought we had like 4 each.
I don't think so. Because I was telling you guys that you had to try them.
No, we had a
and
bunch. No, so this pretty much
I
what
thought
happened
you took them
was
off of mine because I had mine
we
currently. and
we
I got
did,
more.
but then we ordered more. So
Yeah.
what happened was because they were taking a while for it. Zach is a tig old baby, but I can't really joke with him that much about it anymore because that was part of the deal.
Yeah.
When it comes to anything hot, this man could bite an onion and say it's too spicy. So we had a deal. He was tired of pretty much all of us giving him crap, but it was me at the time. And he said, Ron, you and I are going to order the hottest wing, and the first one to take a drink loses. If you win, you can make fun of me. If I lose, then, you can't make fun of me. And him and I just went toe to toe the whole time. And then eventually we just left. We just got to the point. We had a gentleman's agreement that we
I
were
mean, it
just
goes
sitting
away
there
after
for
like
too
10
long.
minutes, anyways.
Yeah, exactly. And once those wings have been sitting there for a bit, they are disgusting. With like that hot sauce on it too. So we ordered more wings.
No, for sure.
I think him and I
love
had
them.
like 3 each.
I mean, I also
Love
just
it.
love wings, but
Yeah.
We had like 3 or 4 each. But then we just had the gentleman's agreement that it was just time to go. So I could still give him crap. However, I have to acknowledge that he did withstand the trial that we put in.
Let the
So-
record show my problem with spice isn't that I cannot handle the spice. I just enjoy tasting my food and enjoying it.
yeah. See, that's what I don't understand is
Um,
why you can't taste your food whenever it's spicy.
Dude, because it becomes too hot and there's no flavor to it.
This will
Oh,
be a
there's so
huge
much
debate
flavor,
if
man.
we keep going. I just want
Yeah.
that.
So
untrue.
much flavor.
I feel like we can all say cap, and Zach can cap back to our cap because I know
There we go.
I like the spice.
Caps all around.
Colin loves the spice. Zach's not a huge fan of the spice.
Oh, there's so much flavor.
So we can. I feel before this gets into a 20-minute discussion about spices and herbs alike, that we can just leave it at cap, and Zach
Top
can
5
call-
spices.
and Zach can call our cap on that. So,
That's fine. That's fair.
but
I
yeah.
agree.
but B-Dub's my number 3. Matt, I want to hear yours.
My number 3 is the Olive Garden.
Dude, I hate you.
I
Oh,
was waiting
why?
for someone to say it
I
because
hate-
Zach's gonna
Olive
lose his
Garden's
mind.
good.
I
Dude.
hate everything about you, Matt. I hate you
Why?
deeply inside of you. I hate you. We'll talk about that later.
It's
but I
good
hate
though.
you.
Olive Garden's a good place to go and eat food, bro.
It's a place to eat food for sure.
It's
Anyway,
good food though.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Speak your truth, Matt.
Endless
Speak your truth.
soup / salad and breadsticks.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck whatever else you're getting, dude. That's where the money is.
Yeah, I mean, you have to get the deals.
All right.
Like if
Better
I'm
better
going
in
somewhere
person
and I
once
want
you go.
bang for my buck, I'm going to Olive Garden.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're getting breadsticks, soup, and like their tiny dishes of very basic pasta, you're getting an insane bang for
Oh,
your
they're
buck.
not tiny. Don't.
Well,
those
I
are
mean, but it's
tiny.
not like you're getting a full dinner of pasta. You're getting
I would say
a
it is.
serving. I don't think
Yeah,
so.
it definitely is.
If you're getting like a ziti.
Well, no, because they're like
spaghettis.
$1, so like you just get like $1, and you're getting. I don't
What's a
remember how much they
dollar?
are. I don't remember how much they are, but they're very cheap considering the rest of the menu's a little bit more expensive.
Matt, tell us more about Olive Garden. Do you have a dish? Do you have a soup? What's
I
your
would-
preference?
I don't know if I get something new every time I go there. I love Italian food, and they serve pretty good Italian food. It's mostly for the value. Like, obviously, I'm not expecting like a 5-star meal when I go to Olive Garden. Like, there's an
Shouldn't.
expression that I like to use when I talk about places that I like to eat at. And it's I only eat at 5-star places because when I show up to a place, I know what I want and I know what I'm gonna get. So if a place meets my expectations, 5 stars. If I go to Permanis and I get shit service, but the food's like average, but it's greasy as fuck, and like I can like go and like down booze with my friends, 5-star experience. If I go to
Okay.
Olive Garden and I get slightly above average Italian food, but endless
Average.
breadsticks and salads, 5 stars.
Colin, what's your number 3?
All right. So my number 3. So I didn't do my preface. I decided that if I did like the same type of foods, for instance, like wings or burgers, my list would pretty much just be those two things. So I narrowed it down to my favorite of that category. So number 3 is Longhorn Steakhouse.
Yuck.
Longhorns has always had a better steak than all the other ones that I've been to. Texas Roadhouse isn't bad for the money, but Longhorn still has better steaks, period. No, but it definitely has like the best steaks out of all the ones that I've been to. Like Outback, I don't know what you're doing. It's like barely a steak.
I like Outback.
It's okay.
I like Outback. Get the onion. Get that.
Well, yeah, I mean, all the other things are
strawberry
good about
bowl,
Outback
onion
except
bread.
for the steaks, but you're going there
Big
for a
fan.
steak.
Big fan of Outback.
Texas Roadhouse is good. It just doesn't have as good of a quality as a steak, and that's why you pay more at Longhorns as well.
I agree with you. I think Longhorn is probably the best chain steakhouse.
Anything else to say, Colin?
No, I think that was it.
Zachariah, what's your number 2?
Yo, dude, you better not be fighting with me, because
That means it's some bullshit.
my number 2 is cheesecake. Don't fight with me.
It's that like that Drake song.
You know what I
Yeah.
like?
Like the one song that the guy made. Yeah, I love cheesecake, dude. Cheesecake is great. As we discussed, it has an awesome menu with a bunch of stuff. Oddly enough, I think cheesecake is my least favorite dessert. Actually, that's a lie. Cheesecake is my least favorite dessert. But it's everything leading up to the
There's so much
cheesecake,
cap in this episode.
The fuck?
Yeah.
How you not like cheesecake, my
Dude,
guy?
How is it
I
your
just don't
least
like it.
favorite though?
I just don't like it.
That's
The
insane.
only cheesecake I get at Cheesecake Factory is like the one that is like riddled with like
Yeah, the one
chocolate
that
and
doesn't
so many
taste like-
other
So
things.
you've
other
never
than
had like a
than
classic cheesecake with like a
Dude, I've had it.
raspberry
you.
and blueberry.
Promise you, I've had it. Do not like it. Do
It's
not
Bro,
like it.
you're spewing some
insane.
garbage
That's
right now.
insane. That's like some of the best cheesecake.
Dude, look,
Getting a lemon
I'm-
cheesecake with a raspberry and blueberry tart on top. Oh my god,
everything you just said sounds absolutely disgusting to me.
that sounds so good. How does it not
Like,
sound
look,
good?
if you like cheesecake, and I'm happy you guys like it. If you like it, that's great for you. It's never tasted good in my mouth ever.
Oh.
But yeah, dude, Cheesecake Factory.
Dang, you got
Good
cheesecake at number 2
times.
and you hate cheesecake.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's something else, bro.
But yeah, dude, we had some great times there with Dr. Harold. We hit that place up after we went rock climbing that one day. It was great. I think Cheesecake is one of those places that, like, I think if I ate there often, I wouldn't like it, but because it's like that once every so often type place, I really enjoy it. So
That's
yeah.
fair. Yeah. Well, good number 2 pick, Zach. To
Thank you.
move on, my number 2 pick, in contrast of Colin's number 3, yuck. Texas Roadhouse is my number 2. It definitely comes from a biased standpoint, Crapplebees and all them. Since I am, I guess, technically still a roadie. It is the first restaurant I ever went to that actually like bought steak and enjoyed it. Because I've been to Outback, but I didn't buy a steak there, and I've never been to Longhorn. But Texas Roadhouse, I feel, for the quality of the food and that sweet 30% discount. Even without the discount, I still think it's a good price for what you get. 2 made from scratch sides, with pretty much every purchase besides burgers, of course, Dude, if you ever want to try the burger though, that Southwestern burger will fill you up, and I promise you it will. It's so good. Highly recommend it. But yeah, I can talk forever about Roadhouse. I love the food. I haven't been disappointed by anything. Prime rib's fantastic. Got to go on the weekends, of course, to get it. But yeah, I mean, what isn't there to say about Roadhouse? And of course, you have your rules, your fresh baked bread. Not rolls, but your bread.
That bread is probably the most immaculate thing out of that restaurant.
The bread and the margs, dude.
The
That's
margs
all I
and the
want.
honey cinnamon butter? Are you trying to sleep on
Matt's
the honey cinnamon butter?
Matt's a 50-year-old woman.
I want my bread. Dude.
No, dude, margs are great.
No, like
Bread and,
honestly,
no, but
I
it's
don't
just the
even
way
know-
he was like
I
bread
don't
and
really like-
margs.
I don't really order steak like that. Like if I'm going out to eat, I'm probably just not getting steak. It's just not
Oof.
something I'm into. So if I'm going
feel
to a
like if you-
steakhouse, I want like anything else realistically, because I see the price of steak on the menu, and then I'm like, I'm getting a burger. Like,
I mean, you don't need to get a fillet or anything. You could always just get
even
a.
still, like I'm just not really about it.
Without my discount, I can understand. Because usually if you get like the
I'm surprised
ribeye
that
and
like
ribs
you actually
combo.
like eating there after working there. Like I wouldn't be caught dead in a restaurant I worked at, like when I'm not on the clock.
I can understand. I like it. Just I'm friends with a lot of the servers back in Eaton Park and Roadhouse. So whenever I go, it to me it's like an event in that sense, because I
It's
know
the experience.
yeah, of course. And of course the line dancing that I obviously partake in all the time.
Totally, dude.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, Texas Roadhouse my number 2. Solid restaurant, love the place. Happy it popped in, and so Matt, what is your number 2?
My number 2, just like Zach, is Cheesecake Factory.
Hey, I won't fight with you, Matt.
I hope not, dude. I like to
Well,
go
that's the
there.
difference. Is Matt's gonna say he also likes cheesecake.
Well, I love cheesecake's my favorite dessert, dude.
I'm happy for you, dude. I wish I could be on your
I
train.
don't know what my favorite
but
dessert is.
just can't.
I'm not a big.
It's probably
I'm savory
cheesecake.
over sweet.
I mean, I am too, but yeah, cheesecake just does something for me.
I'll tell you what, like I said, a nice like regular lemon cheesecake with like a blueberry raspberry. Oof.
Cheesecake, it checks the boxes that I want. So like, it's a 5-star place because I only go 5-star places. When I show up to Cheesecake Factory, I want a slice of cheesecake, and I want to try something new. And every time I go there, there's you would probably have to go there like every day for like what, 2 months, you think, to try everything on that menu?
See,
Or work there, yeah.
there's 250 dishes, so you'd have to go there for
You have to go there for almost a whole year, dude.
250 days.
Holy shit. That's
Yeah,
that's
and then
what
you gotta
like,
remember everything you tried.
You just go down. I would assume you open up the menu and you just start with number 1.
You know, it might be weird that they might change it.
Well, that's the thing is it says
I'm sure they do.
It actually says more than 250 dishes made fresh from scratch every day. So I'm assuming this more means the stuff that they also do randomly.
Yeah, and that's like not even counting like specials and like
Yeah.
I don't know. Does that include
Yeah.
lunch too? Like you
I
have
would
to get there
assume.
for lunch too.
I don't know if
because
it
lunch
changes or not.
specials.
But I know if I go there, I always get something different, and I always love it. Whether if I'm getting like salad, or their chicken or salmon or like
The
just
pizza,
anything.
roast beef.
Some roast beef, some chicken, a pizza. Like it's all good, and it all meets my expectations of
I
what I
wonder if
want.
beverages count.
5-star place.
I would, yeah, I'd promise you that they probably count. That just is a better way for them to up their numbers.
Yeah, because
without-
it's like instantly like a bunch of
They
different
count it
flavors
as
of
like
iced tea.
on their menu.
Yeah, it is an item that exists on the menu.
Yeah, like they have 3 different types of lemonades. That might just be what they count as to get it up to 250.
Hey, you gotta try all the lemonades.
I mean, you're gonna have to. You're gonna run out of drinks before you run out of food, though.
Then
you
you,
can just
then you don't
get
get. Then
water.
you just get water. Then,
Yeah, you'll be alright.
or you just go with your favorite. You get water one time, but then you have to get it with lemon the next time.
And then you
And then
gotta
you
pull
get it without
audible and
ice.
get a lime.
Mm-hmm. But
Well,
yeah,
they have a bar there, right? You could just get bar drinks.
Yeah, they
Or
have
yeah.
they have a big bar there.
mm-hmm.
Big
Yeah,
cocktails.
so you'd be alright for a while.
Here, let's look
Yeah.
at their top specialty drink right here. The Tropical Tiki Punch. Sailor Jerry and Bacardi lime rums infused with pineapple, citrus, and fresh ginger.
So we're going to Cheesecake Factory
kinda
after this,
banging.
right, Bice?
Honestly,
Dude,
yeah. I wouldn't be
also,
mad.
the pumpernickel bread that they like, the bread is good,
Oh,
but
the
the pumpernickel
bread.
bread, dude.
Oh yeah,
Bread is top quality.
That's something else, man. Pumpernickel is already the best bread, but to get it when it's still warm, dude, it's something else. I can't resist. Like some of my buddies, they're trying to lose weight, so they're doing like keto and shit, and I'm like, giving up pumpernickel bread, dude. That ain't.
I
for
don't know.
me.
Do you
I
eat
don't
know how
pumpernickel
people can
that
give up that.
much?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
How
I
often
mean-
do you
Not?
encounter that?
Matt,
No.
I think the last time I had pumpernickel was a year ago when I went
That's
to Cheesecake
insane.
Factory.
Bro, y'all suck. What do you guys be eating?
Matt, don't forget, me
Not
and you have
pumpernickel
a
bread.
significantly different world in food.
You're not wrong,
I like my Italian bread, my white bread.
dude. That's
He likes white bread. That's what he's saying.
You like your bread with no flavor, dude.
Right?
Honestly, dude, aside from like just burgers or like a sandwich, I really don't eat bread
Oh, it's insane.
like on its own.
Dude, rye bread? Oh,
Like, 'cause
so
I'd be
good.
eating
Rye
bread
bread
with
is
my
fire.
eggs. I gotta have bread.
Rye bread is so good.
So like,
I'll eat rye bread like by
to get it
itself.
going. Yeah, rye bread's the freaking tits, dude.
But Matt, cheesecake.
Top 5 breads.
Cheesecake is
You
your
know I
number
love
2.
a good cheesecake, bro.
Good.
I forgot about cheesecake, and then Colin brought it up. And I
Oh,
had
you're
to-
welcome.
Oh, so rewrote your list.
Yeah, I did.
Damn.
Why'd you swap out for it?
I think Texas.
Mm. The entire
Okay.
state, all the
'Cause I-
restaurants.
Yeah, all of
Yeah,
Texas.
Texas State.
Colin, what is your number 2 pick?
So I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to this food category. For
This,
the
just
last,
this one
As
specifically.
opposed to the other ones.
well, no, this one I've been really into for the last like 6 months or so, where I've been really working on recipes and like really perfecting it. But it's Burgatory.
Nice.
Good pick. Solid pick.
I think the big thing that I really like about Burgatory is the different choices of meat. And on top of that, they also have a vegan. I don't know if it's vegan. It might be vegetarian, so don't quote me. But they have a vegetarian/vegan burger. I think it was the Impossible Burger, so I don't know if that's vegan or not, but
It
whatever.
is.
Yeah. That's why it's
Um,
called impossible.
I don't remember which one it was. It might be Impossible. It might be the other one. I don't remember what the other one's called. But
Black bean?
I
No,
don't.
that's a
N-
that's a
but it's.
vegetarian
I mean, that's
burger.
like what it is, but it's like a certain
Yeah.
brand name. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is the different choices in the meats that you can get. So you can get your regular Angus. You can get bison. Like that is what does it for me, because I always get bison. I love bison meat. Bison meat is so good. You can't really get it at like, you know, Walmart or Giant Eagle or something like that, so it kind of sucks. But my aunt up in Chambersburg, that's all she got for her burgers, and she would serve like I kid you not, these burgers she only charged like $10 for them, and it was like a whole freaking pound of meat. And this burger was like bigger than some sandwiches that are like from like it was probably like if you took a foot long from Subway and cut it in half and put it side by side, that's like almost the size it was. It was like this insane burger. But she got bison meat, and I was probably like 13 at the time, and from then on I was a huge fan of bison meat burgers. um
I went. Your uncle got me. He brought bison meat once. For me and my dad. We went.
Jimmy.
Yeah, and we went to Clarion, out there just shooting, and he brought
Oh
bison
yeah,
meat. He made bison burgers. It was so good.
yeah, because he went hunting.
It
Like,
was
I don't.
real recent.
Yeah,
Prior
it
to
was
that.
like what last like almost last year. It was somewhere around. It
Oh,
feels like a year ago or so.
it was for me. It wasn't. This another trip because this was like 3 years
Oh,
ago.
I was just yeah.
Yeah,
He
3
went
or
like
4.
or no, he went wild hog hunting
Yeah.
because Texas or Nevada. They're having a real problem with that. And he brought home like a bunch. So we had hog bacon for a while. Oh, or
Yeah,
well,
dude.
boar, I should
Solid,
say.
solid meat. Solid meat. Or yeah, boar
And that's
boar burgers.
that's
Is what I meant to say. Did I say bison?
that's
I
my
meant
big
boar.
thing. Yeah, that's good. But that's my big thing is like there's a lot of variety there. Sure, they do charge, you know, $1 for after like your third topping or whatever, but um I think that's the good thing is you can go in and build your own burger. Now, I haven't really been going to burger restaurants as much in the last few months because I've been working on my own burgers, and I'll tell you what, mine completely beats out any restaurant that I've been to so far that has a burger. But um I like how they're like one of the only places as well that actually puts any kind of rub or spices on their burger. Almost everybody else is just like, oh no, salt. So
Yeah, they do have a good
it's
selection.
definitely top tier.
Yeah, I can agree. But yeah, I mean that's why it was my number 5. The solid burger place. It's usually my go-to if it's a burger, unless it's just
Yeah.
not the vibe. I have to
It
be
was
there. I
close.
can't
It
get it
was
to
close
go.
to making my list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the biggest thing I have against Purgatory is it's not open.
It's not what?
So I can't.
Yeah.
It's not open late, dude.
Yeah.
They don't. They
Yeah.
close at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like I can't be going there that often.
It's fair.
If they were open until like 12, it would probably be higher.
Honestly, if they were open till 12, but let's just say they weren't dine-in or something, like you could just go
Mhm.
and get it, I'd still stop and get it.
Like you can't be open until 10 on a Friday and
Yeah.
like be on my list, dude.
Yeah. It's hard. But I mean, usually I end up going like if I'm with Alex, she has one almost like right down the street from her. Right by no, why did I want to say TJ? Right by Franklin. Um so yeah, it like I'm happy that even though she's a vegetarian that we can go to Purgatory because she can actually eat something there. So it's
Yeah.
nice.
Well, Colin, that's a solid number 2 pick, and we're gonna bring it back to Zach for his number 1 pick. So Zach, what is it?
My number 1 is Ruth Chris Steakhouse. I love Ruth Chris Steakhouse. It is a place I experienced on my birthday a long time ago, and then occasionally like in a very celebratory thing with my family. Yeah, I mean it's stupid expensive for sure. It's not like
Oh, it's insanely expensive.
yeah, it's not a cheap place. It's definitely like an upscale restaurant. I'm pretty sure they have a dress code.
I'm pretty certain they just say everything is market price.
Yeah. So yeah, I just love Ruth Chris. It's great memories going there, and it's definitely like a place like like I honestly think it might be the only restaurant like for me right now that like if someone said, "Hey, we're going here," like I'd genuinely be like really excited to go and like be there. So
Hey Zach, we're going there.
yeah. Well, that's a lie, Colin. That's a sin.
I would like to go. It's been years since I've been there.
Never been.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
even is
I
it?
mean, it's
It's down
in the
in
PPG
yeah.
building. Yeah, like
It's
by
on
the
the bottom
ice rink
floor.
and all that. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I really don't have too much to say about it other than just that I like it, and that like I consistently want to go back. But yeah,
And
food's great.
they have massive scallops, and they are so good.
Yeah. But yeah, I wish I had more to say about it, but I sadly do not. But yeah, that's my number one, Ruth Chris Steakhouse.
Solid pick.
Me and me and Daniel Halsman from Scouts, we always he always tells me what it is because he goes once a year because his uncle lives down. Excuse me, Daniel, but is it South Carolina? His uncle lives down in South Carolina, and there's just like it's a chain restaurant, but it's not very. It's not in a bunch of locations, but it's around the U.S. And he
What, Ruth
tells
Chris?
no, it's a different steakhouse. It's very
Oh.
similar to Ruth's Chris, and
Chris and Ruth.
he tells he talks to me about it, and
Chris's
he's
Ruth.
like, yeah, well, it is Ruth's Chris. It is. He tells me all the time, and this is like how we randomly talk to each other at random times, but he tells me all the time about how much he loves it. And it's better than Ruth's Chris in his opinion. So I want to go try it wherever it is. He keeps telling me. He'll probably text me after he listens to it.
Well, boys, Ruth Chris is Zach's number one pick. My number one pick is one that we did already talk about. It's on everyone's list, which is great. It is Cheesecake Factory. I saw Zach hop in a smile right before I said it.
I won't
Cheesecake.
fight with you, Ron.
Yeah, don't fight with me. Cheesecake Factory is my number one. As Matt said, the extensive menu is fantastic because then when you go, it can always just be something new. And of course, their cheesecake selection, fire. I don't think cheesecake is my favorite dessert, but I absolutely love it. It's definitely up there. If we were to make a top
It's fantastic.
five, if we were to make a top 5 episode, I'm sure it'll be on there. But yeah, and they're, I don't know, just I don't. I think the atmosphere of it makes me feel like I'm in such a more upscale place than I really am. So I always
Yeah.
appreciate that.
You got the ISR on looking at you at all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that really is what those light fixtures are, though.
Dude, yeah, it's just a bunch of them everywhere.
It is.
I don't understand how anybody designing the interior lighting for that place did not see those light fixtures and not instantly think, oh, this doesn't look familiar. Like,
He's like the one dude who's like lived under a rock and never seen any piece of Lord of the Rings ever.
no, dude, like they went out of their way to get those light fixtures. I'm convinced.
They might have.
Probably.
But even for cheesecake, I've never had a bad experience there. Zach and I went with our old high school teacher, Dr. Harold, there once. We
Yeah.
went there once after rock climbing. We just, I don't know. I've just been there a lot. I really love the place.
For like good experiences too, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
It's part of the memes. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that's why it's my number one. Matt, what is your number one pick?
Yo, my number one is Red Lobster.
Oh my
I
god.
thought you were
Not
say
even
Red Robin.
surprising.
Yeah, dude.
No,
it's
Red
not
Lobster
surprising.
is banging.
Man loves his
Uh,
seafood. Matt,
Dude,
tell me
it's a
about the
seafood
biscuits.
joint, and you got the motherfucking Cheddar Bay biscuits, dude.
Dude, those biscuits are a heart attack, but I love them so much.
They are, but they're so good. It's like it's
Oh.
just the best pre-meal bread on the market right now.
I don't. Did you know you could buy them?
Yeah,
Like,
you can
in,
buy
like,
the mix.
little.
They're not the same,
Dude,
though. They
Well, here's the thing.
they have to short you on the mix or something because they're not. It's not it.
When I was in college,
think
I
the
went to
oven matters.
I went to a sorority formal, and then we ended up going out after the formal, and we ended up back at this girl's apartment, like all of us, and we were all hungry, and we were like, oh, like we need food. This girl was like, oh, I have like 3 things of these like Red Lobster biscuits I can make, and let me tell you how amazing those biscuits tasted.
I bet, dude. Were you
Oh,
like? I assume
man.
you were blasted. So they were
Oh,
just
like I was not
okay.
coherent, like in like I wasn't like super,
Hey, I
I
want
was,
some motherfucking cheddar baked biscuits.
it was an average Friday night on a college campus, I guess. But yeah, dude, it was great. Hit the spot, as they say.
I have to say though, the big problem that I had a lot of distaste for Red Lobster and what's the other one? Krabby Mike's down in the shore. Is it the North Shore or is it? No, that's
I
right.
couldn't
That's
tell
right
you.
in Penn Station, isn't it?
Couldn't tell
Station
you.
Yeah, that's
Square,
what I
you mean?
meant. Station Square. Thank you. Every time I order crab from a chain seafood restaurant, I don't look. Red Lobster and Krabby Mike's or whatever your name is. 2 crab legs is not $20 worth of crab. I don't know like who in the back is weighing these, but whenever I order a $20 crab meal and you give me 2 to 5 crab legs, uh, you're robbing me. Stop doing that. Thank you.
Vote with your wallet. Don't buy it, Colin.
I haven't gone to Red Lobster or Krabby Mike's in over 10 years because of it.
The unlimited shrimp at Red Lobster is pretty fire.
It is.
Yeah.
I
usually
haven't
get the
been
same.
there
It's
in
like go-to.
forever.
It's been so long since I've been to Red Lobster.
It's literally.
But
been
I will
since I was
say
a little
I
kid.
do
Like, it's
feel
all the
like
time.
it is overpriced for what you get at Red
I
Lobster.
don't. It's
I mean, lobster's
not really.
expensive.
I don't know.
It's on par with
I mean,
Red
I
Lobster.
don't. That's the thing. I feel like seafood like resides in this such like a weird place because I feel like the price is greatly like dictated on where you live.
Oh yeah.
But like,
Obviously.
so I don't know the market
Yeah.
price of like a lobster and like all that stuff and like how I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe
You
it's
could
just.
go. You could go there and spend as much as you would like a Red Lobster, and like get a decent amount of food. Or you could.
I mean, you
or
could
you
get
could
like
get like
a
a lobster tail and like
shrimp,
anything else,
salmon.
and spend like $30. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
this, you get like a seafood broil thing, and you spend like $30. But I don't really know if you're
I mean,
doing that.
like we used to go there.
I'm trying to go to a nice
My
joint. if I'm
my
doing that.
cousin Scott, he really likes Red Lobster. We always used to go to Red Lobster whenever we were with them because they really like going to Red Lobster. And I just stopped ordering because every time I got my meal, it was like, whatever, like $15-$20, and it felt like I got like somebody was like, "Oh, let's just throw the scraps on a plate." And I was very pissed off. Meanwhile, everybody else seemed to like get massive portions. And I'd tell my parents because at that time I was like, 8 years old. I'm like, you paid like $20 for 2 crab legs, or you paid $20 for what looked like a mouthful of salmon. And they were like, it's what it is. It's market price or what like that's what they weighed it out to be. And I'm like, that's not how they weighed it out. They fucked up. So that's why I stopped going and I stopped ordering there even whenever I was young.
I haven't been there since like before I actually had a job. You know what I mean? So I couldn't tell you anything about the pricing there. Like it's actually been since I was probably
It's
like 8. Yeah.
I was always somebody who like it's not that I was worried about the pricing. It was more that I was aware of the pricing, and I was like, that this doesn't seem like this equates. And it happened to me many times, not just like a few times here and there. It was like almost every time I went, it was always I got shorted on something.
Okay, so this is off topic, but Colin, have you seen the Gus Johnson video where he goes to the 12 different subways
Oh
and
yeah,
orders
dude, I fucking
all the sandwiches
love
with
that
jalapenos
one.
on it to prove he's
Oh
not
my
crazy?
god, he's so
What?
right though. He's so right.
So okay, so this dude, so he's like a YouTube comedian,
Yeah.
and he has this like big conspiracy theory that when you order jalapenos on a Subway sandwich, like half of it is like stems from the actual jalapeno mixed in. So when you bite into your sandwich, you get a stem. So what he did was he went to like 5 different Subways in like the LA area and ordered like 5 footlongs each. So he had like 25 sandwiches, all with jalapenos on them, and like took them all apart and got the percentage of how many stems were on each sandwich. And it was something like ridiculous. Like there might have been one sandwich that didn't have stems on it.
I don't think there was
It
any. I don't think there was any that didn't have stems.
There might have been it might have been none.
Here, I'll look at his
But,
little
like-
board right now because I'm staring at it.
It was it was just amazing watching him.
Yeah,
So,
the
this
second
conspiracy theory created.
the second sandwich had 0 stems. The average was probably like 3 or 4, like somewhere right there. That's insane. And he literally went through, and it's not like, oh, because he even said that like halfway through the video. He's like, I'm not complaining about like just getting like a harder jalapeno. Like he pulled out, like I'm talking full ends of jalapenos with stems still attached and everything.
Yeah, it's
That's
nasty.
gross. I can't say it's ever happened to me.
I don't
I've
get how
definitely
people
gotten-
eat sandwiches anymore. 'Cause it's so
No,
gross.
I haven't gotten Subway in a well, I haven't got Subway since we did that one quick like whenever they did like the really quick deal. If you
I get
got
Subway pretty
the
often nowadays because it's close to my work. So if I get like a long lunch, I'll go to Subway sometimes.
last
used
time
to
I was
live off
there was
Subway
whenever
my
they had that
freshman
big
year.
deal.
Subway's good, dude.
Yeah, it's
I
not
like
bad.
it, yeah. Yeah, dude, I'm
It's cake.
convinced that's how I lost all the
It's
weight I
cake.
did. Was I was eating Subway.
You're eating cake.
Well, Colin, what's your number one pick?
My number one pick is Quaker Steak and Lube. Wings are probably like my favorite place to like. Wing restaurants are my favorite place to go to eat. I feel like you can get a lot of talking done there.
A lot of talking.
Yeah, like it's like because each wing you got to take a break and like you got to if it's a flat you got to break it in half. You always take a break, so you have like very good conversations going on.
Interesting.
But Quaker Steak has like the best deals. Like they're doing a thing right now. It's $10 Tuesdays. You can get 20 boneless wings for $10. And the thing that a lot of people think, they go, oh, it's just chicken nuggets. It's not really just chicken nuggets. It's significantly better meat than what they use for chicken nuggets. Like it's almost wing meat. I don't remember what combination of like tenderloin meat and wing meat it is, but it's cheaper because they just take the extras and mush it together of the good stuff. So it's still good meat, and that's why it costs more. It's not just Tyson chicken nuggets. So $10 for 20 wings realistically isn't too bad. You can also get like a $10 jumbo wings. I think you get like 10 jumbo wings, which is pretty nice. I mean, if you're into it, you can also get like the steaks and the like baby back ribs that they have there. So like, I mean, that's a great deal. But I think the most important thing of what determines what wing place I'm going to is their sauces. And Quaker Steak by far has the best, as they call it, dust or sauces. I have yet like Buffalo Wild Wings has some good sauce, but I would say every sauce on Quaker Steak's menu beats out Buffalo Wild Wings every day. Not saying that it's bad, because I really enjoy their sauces, but it's just like a whole new level of sauce whenever you go to Quaker Steak. I'm a huge sucker for the supercharged and Buckeye barbecue. Sometimes I'll even mix them because they're so good. I haven't tried the new dusted ghost pepper, but it sounds good. I used to like the Atomic. The Atomic was really good. Now they call it Eat Heat, because it's made of like scorpion peppers, I think, and wild berries. So it sounds really good. Dusted mango is good. Arizona Ranch is insane. Yeah, I have bottles of that at home for like random things that I want to put it on. Especially if you're into pork chops, Arizona Ranch on pork chops. Oh. Golden garlic is good. The Thai cracker is good. Louisiana liquors, holy crap, is that good? That's if you're like somebody who's into like Like if you're gonna do like a barbecue seafood, like you're gonna grill up some seafood and stuff, Louisiana Liquors, if you throw that on like your shrimp for your barbecue, oh, it's gonna be so good. I like genuinely go out and buy all of these sauces all the time because they are so freaking good. And their wings are always good. I have yet to have an issue with it. I'm sure people have issues all the time. But I have yet, because I ask for mine well done specifically, I have yet to have an issue.
Yeah, I haven't been to a Quaker in
Where do you
I couldn't
go?
even tell you.
Like
Yeah,
There's a
where's the
few
nearest
downtown.
Quaker?
the closest one I know
Um,
is like in Moon. It's like the last time I went. The one in Moon.
Yeah,
There was
there's
one on campus for me.
there's a few downtown, and then there's one out in Moon.
I
Ever
think
since they
Quaker's
closed the
popular on
Century 3 one,
campuses.
it's like I can't go.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
it's pretty far away.
Yeah. That's why B-Dubs is up there for me. I just haven't really been to Quaker. But yeah, Colin Saul number one
But
pick.
we
I
usually
love
we
the
usually go to
wings.
the one out in Moon. I don't bother going downtown, so I don't bother. But I will make the drive out to Moon. I do it all the time.
It's crazy. It's a long way for some wings.
Yeah, I mean, I should say I do it all the time. It's not like I'm doing it
Yeah,
once
it's
a week.
really
But
not
like
that far depending on the time of day you go.
whenever I'm
20
like
minutes.
really in a wing mood, you bet your butt I'm heading all the way out to Quaker Steak.
No traffic, you can get up there in like 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah,
Easy.
20,
Really?
20
Yeah.
30 minutes isn't that bad of a drive to go out to eat.
No.
Usually it takes me a couple light years, but I don't know, maybe I'm just using
It's
the wrong
quicker.
route.
Well, it's faster for me and Colin. We can get on 51.
Yeah,
Or not on 51 faster. We can get on there closer to the exit.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's quick.
Like if you go at like if you go up there for lunch, there's no one on the Parkway. You can get up there in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's just what it keep going 376, and then as soon as you get to that like half Cloverleaf, you can either pull off there or you can just go a little bit further, and it's literally
Well,
right on the
me
street.
and Ron are closer, aren't we?
No, we're closer.
We're closer.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you have to go through West Mifflin that way, not like past West Mifflin and do like South Hills Village.
I'm not
Oh, I don't
familiar
know.
with that way. I go through Carrick and then get on 51 and then take the exit.
Yeah, I don't know why
On
you're
the
going through
Parkway.
South Hills Village.
It's like it's just a way to do it. It's probably faster.
I haven't been to Moon in ever since I last time I purposely went to Moon that I at least know was seeing
Yeah,
Matt
it's been a
in
long
school.
time.
So, but boys,
You don't need to.
that wraps up our top 5 list for the show. For this episode, we are specifically doing dishonorable mentions. At least for me, I only have 2 because I don't like to go
Yo,
out.
let me go first because mine's gonna be quick.
All right, if Matt's will be first, then we could do the different order. So
Matt's about to be throwing out some fire on somebody.
Matt, you are kicking off your dishonorables.
I'm going first because I got no dishonorable mentions, dude.
Oh, I thought you were
I
gonna have
only
one.
go 5-star places.
Yeah, but you've
So when I
definitely
go
gone
to
to a
name
chain
three
restaurant
places
and
you
been like,
don't go
"This is
then,
crap."
Matt.
I can't because I only go to
I'm
5-star
kind of with
places.
Matt on this.
Yeah, but you gotta like go somewhere and be like, oh, this is not as good as I thought it was gonna be.
Not really, honestly.
I
Like, I
I'm
get what
gonna
I pay
stand by
for.
Matt with that because
Like basically every time.
yeah, like I honestly probably thought for like a straight like 30 40 minutes of like bad restaurants, and I honestly couldn't name. I can probably name places that I would rather not go, like
Oh yeah, no,
like
that's what mine
Chili's I don't
are.
really
Yeah,
want to
there's
go
ones
to,
that I
but
like
I'll
the
eat it.
less.
It's not bad, you know.
I mean, it's
But
hard for it to be a
if I
chain
go to
restaurant
these
and be bad.
places, I get what I pay for, so
Yeah.
I'm not really that disappointed. Like, I only go 5-star places, dude.
Well, good. Then we can chalk Matt off with that. So Zach, what are your dishonorables?
All right, so I did rank my dishonorables 3, or like in a fashion. So the first one I have is Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel has very subpar to below average food. It is filled with a whole bunch of tacky decorations and has a gift shop attached to it.
I've never.
I
What's
don't
wrong with that?
understand
I've been there once in my
why.
life.
I don't
I've
understand
been
why people have this infatuation and like love for Cracker Barrel. It does not make any sense to me whatsoever. That being said, one of my favorite mugs that I have that my mother bought me for Christmas, it is a mommy owl and a baby owl. She gave it to me and she said, Zach, this is me and you. And it's one of my favorite mugs. It is from Cracker Barrel. So I do have to, full disclosure, I do not hate everything that has came out of Cracker Barrel. On to my number 2. My number 2, guys, all right. Now I need to say this. This is not, I do not hate this place. This is actually a pretty decent place all around, okay? But I'll explain why I don't like it.
I feel like I know what it is.
If I'm being honest, this place is if like restaurants had personalities, this place is the equivalent of the very loud, obnoxious girl that comes into late to class eating a bag of Cheetos and then argues with the teacher why she's not late. That is Texas Roadhouse.
Dang, dude.
I don't mind the food there. If I'm being honest, it just seems like a lot. There's so much going on all the time, and it's loud for no reason.
They do try to go extra with the atmosphere for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. You can
it's
wear
a weird
boots and
mix.
Spurs if you want
Yeah, but
to.
you know, there's people out there that go there specifically for that atmosphere. They don't even care about the food, and that's the thing that bothers me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
All
The
part of
food
the
is
roadie
okay.
family.
Subpar food. I don't nothing I'm writing home about.
Interesting.
But
Subpar?
mainly just because I had they gave me a beer in a frosted mug, dude. You want to kill a beer? Put it in a frosted mug. That is the best way to nuke the entirety of a beer. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Overall, it's a great restaurant. It's fine. Like I'm not gonna be mad about going there at all by any means. But I had to throw it on. And number 1, the most horrible place I think that exists on this earth is the Olive Garden.
I thought you were gonna say my number 1.
Is that because you work there or because you genuinely don't like
Dude, okay, one, yes, because I work there, but 2, because I work there, I saw into like the behind the scenes bullshit that they sell people,
No,
and they
'cause
just
I
get
get
them
that.
on.
If
And
I
it's
worked
just,
at Olive Garden, I would never eat it.
dude, it's horrible. It's just a bunch. It's the most gimmicky restaurant where they give you nothing special. All the stuff you, aside from maybe like the Alfredo sauce or like the carbonara sauce or anything like that, you can make anything Olive Garden is going to give you better at home for exorbitantly less money.
Insanely
So-
amounts less of money. But I think
Unbelievable.
it's like Matt said. My mom, Matt, and me, we're the kind of people who go to Olive Garden and we get the super cheap soup salad breadsticks.
Yeah, I would just want the soup and salad. Like I want the salad and the breadsticks.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
we'll
that sucks. I hate that.
Yeah.
It sucks. I
And,
hate
like,
it every
yeah,
time
it
someone would order
It
just a
sucks
soup
for
and salad.
you, but it's like
Horrible.
and
salad
what we
is
do is we'll get we'll get like a whole thing of the Alfredo or whatever, and that's like the whole table. So we just take little bits of it for the whole table.
Yeah, dude. I'm just not. I'm just I'm biased though, so
Yeah,
No, I get it.
I thought you were gonna
Well, yeah,
say
no.
my number 1 because I know we both have disdain for my number 1. So
you're no. Oh. I don't. Okay, I thought you were talking about Quaker Steak. I was like, I mean, I don't
no,
have much of
no.
an opinion. Yeah. No, but that's it. Short and sweet. That's my 3 dishonorables.
All right.
Ron, I'm sorry to throw you on the bus like that.
That's fine. I
It's
don't
all.
care.
It's all love.
I
All
love
buddy.
Roadhouse. It's fine. Everyone can have their opinion. Some are just allowed to be wrong. My dishonorables are short because, like, as Matt pretty much said, you don't eat at bad places.
You only go 5-star places.
I kind of just made my dishonorables of places that I'm like, whatever about. Like, if someone were to say, "Hey, let's get food here," I'd be like, "All right, fine." Like, whatever. So that's my dishonorables. And I only have 2, because I was kind of hoping someone would say a restaurant during this episode. I'd be like, "All right, cool, that's one I could throw on," kind of like Matt did with Longhorn
I hate
Silvers. Yeah, it's trash. But Matt already covered one of them, but we'll get to it. So my number 2 dishonorable mention is Tgi Fridays. Don't like it.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
it's
just,
like the worldwide eating party.
Fridays and like Applebee's and all those places in the same vein. Like it's good, but it's nothing extreme.
It's American food. It's like
Yeah,
very
like
basic.
You get
I
what
agree
you
with
pay
that.
for.
like TJ. I don't know why. Like if you compare TGI Fridays to Applebee's, that's fine. But I don't know, at least for me, like, I've just had too many experiences at Fridays where I've just had my food overcooked or burned, like, in some way. It's just not good. Just, a bad taste in both ways. And then my number one dishonorable mention is Denny's.
Dude, that's cap. Denny's is good.
I co-sign Ron.
I'm very whatever
Denny's.
about Denny's. I am also biased because I did work at the Eaton Parks. Granted, Eaton Park isn't on my top 5, but
I don't know if Denny's is in competition with Eaton Park. Though.
they are, though.
No, they are for
They
sure.
are.
Like
Trust
where
me.
Eaton Parks are, they are.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, but like I feel like you're not getting the same audience. Though.
you're talking like Denny's, IHOP, and what's the other one that's like looks like a red barn?
IHOP is not in competition with Denny's. IHOP is
Bob
elite
Evans.
Denny's.
Oh,
Bob
IHOP is leagues, but like they're
Yeah.
still competitors. It's like that's like saying Bing and Google. Like
Yeah, but
obviously
that's
they're not.
That's like saying like LeBron is like in competition with a college team. Like they're technically competing against each other, but one is clearly better than the other.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Is one is clearly better, but
Yeah.
what's the one with like the red barn? It's
Bob
right-
Evans.
Bob Evans. I'll tell you what. Bob Evans, if you go there and solely for, because I've only gone like twice to Bob Evans.
They get
And-
once.
If you go solely for their chocolate chip pancakes, it beats every other pancake place I've ever been to.
Bro, McDonald's pancakes.
Dude, don't even
Oh,
get me
Matt,
started.
please, for the love of God, do not pick on McDonald's.
Dude,
They're good though.
Fucking-
Matt,
no, you're
Matt,
fucking.
I don't want to
smart,
edit.
man.
No,
I don't feel like
it's
editing.
fine.
No,
Yeah,
no,
alright.
they are.
What's
good,
your
though.
next one, Ron?
That's it. That's it.
No, that
that's
was it.
That's it.
it.
Alright,
Call
Colin,
it
you have a dishonorable
dishonorable.
mention list? Go ahead.
So my dishonorable is more just like either insane portion sizes for the price, considering it should be better, or just like subpar food for the price. And my number 3 is somewhere that I still like to go. Like this isn't necessarily like a horrible place. I still like to go there. I just wish that they would fix it. Is PF Chang's.
I like PF Chang.
I
Dude,
think
PF Chang's good.
it's
I like
no,
PF
it is
Chang's.
good, but the problem is $17 for barely a breast of chicken is insane to me. Like I can make everything at PF Chang's for less than an eighth of the price that they do there.
Boy, I better be seeing Olive Garden
I've
on your
been to PF Chang's
dishonorables
a
then.
long time.
No, because Olive Garden would be
Probably.
like a number 4 or number 5 because it is very overpriced if you don't go for the very cheap shit at Olive Garden. And that
That's all that shit's pretty cheap. At
it
Olive
just-
Garden.
Yeah, it's
it
not
just
that expensive.
bothers me. Well, I mean, cheap in comparison to pasta is, I mean, considering you can go and buy like a whole thing of pasta and a jar of sauce for $2, I don't think like.
Regardless.
But my biggest thing is like their sushi. I think is pretty okay. I mean, I'm sure they probably get better quality fish, and I'm okay with like some of their pricing on their sushi because sushi, no matter where you go, it's going to be expensive, especially in our area at least.
Yeah, it's always expensive.
But like Chang spicy chicken, especially, like I stopped getting it just because it always seems like because all it is chicken. Where at least if you get like the sesame chicken or the kung pao chicken, there's vegetables, there's like other things in it. But Chang's spicy chicken is just chicken, and it doesn't have enough to even fill you up in the slightest. So like one breast of chicken is not enough to charge me almost $17 for chicken.
What's your second dishonorable?
My second dishonorable is Blaze Pizza.
What? You didn't like, dude? Blaze Pizza is good.
It's
I've never heard
for
of this
the
place.
for a like 12-inch pizza, they're charging you like $15 for something that's like
That's a bunch of cap.
I mean, it's good, but I'd go to any pizza place over it because
My
it's
mom
gonna
got
be
food
cheaper and
poisoning
better.
from that place. From Blaze
Yeah,
Pizza.
like
Oh,
it's
really? Oh, that's terrible.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I forget
It's out
where
in
I forget where
Oakland.
it even is.
It's
Is it
down
out
in Oakland.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
right
there's
by
one out in
Pitt.
Monroeville.
Gotcha.
But we went there one night after whatever we were doing down in Oakland. Me and a couple of school friends. I was it's like that's what I'm gonna say is it's pizza. Like it's good, but it's good because it's pizza and it's like it just felt very pricey for what it was. Um so that's why it's there. But my number one above all things, and I've never shopped at this restaurant until I started dating Alex. Uh I think my mom went there once,
Shop at a restaurant? Are you at a Cracker Barrel?
but it's
Gotta get the merch.
no Panera Bread.
Oh, dude, that's a fast food
No,
restaurant.
I
I'll
don't
give
think that's fast
100%, but
food.
I 100% would say it's fast
I-
food. I hate Panera Bread. That whole
I say
that
I can
whole-
see
I
the
go
reasoning for
five-star
both.
places. I do not go to Panera anymore, dude.
No, Panera's
So-
They're
horrible.
so expensive.
Aaron
I
will sit
can't
here and tell you all
stand-
day why it sucks.
I can't stand Panera Bread.
I actually don't like Panera. That's
My
my one.
mom-
I don't.
My
I
mom
don't
had a meeting there, and she brought home some sandwiches. And luckily, like the people that she was having the meeting for paid for them because I looked up like the pricing and I was offended.
It's astronomically expensive.
I was
Well, no, I wanted to
so
say
offended.
like the sandwiches are good. Like it's good food.
Oh,
Eh,
like the
not
food's
really.
good. Yeah.
They're
is
not
not
like their
priced
sandwiches are like the
accordingly.
last thing you want to order on their menu.
No, our sandwiches are fire. They're just overpriced.
Oh, it had
I
no
go to-
flavor.
Their coffee is good. I get their coffee when I go in there.
They do have good coffee. I
But-
will say that.
Well, they have like a crazy
I-
like coffee deal or something. They kind of have
It's
going
like
on.
you
Yeah,
spend
their
like $300,
coffee's
you get a cup,
actually
you get
really
a free
good.
coffee or something like that.
I recently went to Panera Bread for Alex, and I hate going there, but I went there because she wanted to get something. And the only thing she orders there is probably the thing I hate the most in their pricing category is their broccoli cheddar mac and cheese. For people who don't
Their
know,
mac and cheese is fire.
they call it a large. This is not Panera Bread. This is not a large. A large implies like maybe like a little bit over a pint or a quart of mac and cheese. Like that's like considering like I'm not saying that Kraft mac and cheese is better than your mac and cheese, but considering I can go to the store and buy like 5 Kraft mac and cheese for $5 and put them all together and get something that's not $10 fucking dollars for a small soup bowl of mac and cheese. I want you guys to think about that. $10 for mac and cheese. And it comes with broccoli. That's it. That's all. It's probably like off-brand Velveeta with
No, it's
shells.
Their mac and cheese is all frozen.
Like it
Yeah,
is.
all their stuff is frozen, dude.
Yeah, and I can't believe they charge $10. I don't care what your excuse is. Like if you're like, "Oh, we use good ingredients," but no. I can make better mac and cheese for $10.
Food is good.
I don't think
just
I
won't-
personally
just
don't
won't
think
pay
it's
for
good.
it.
Like she brought home
I
those
wouldn't.
sandwiches
I think
and it
it's good.
tasted like nothing was there. It tasted like I was eating bread.
My mom sometimes does the same thing because her work buys her Panera, and she doesn't even finish her sandwich. Like she eats half of it and then saves it for me. When I come home from work, I eat the rest of her sandwich. I think it's good.
Like I
don't-
think it was the only thing that kind of had flavor was like something with turkey. I don't even know what it was.
Someone told I forget who told me this, but they told me that Panera is glorified hospital food, and I believed them. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Dude.
It's terrible. It's
I don't
terrible.
think
Like
it's not bad. It's just too expensive.
like the problem is they're in business because of the 10 people that go there pay for the extremely overpriced food.
I wouldn't be surprised if they are in business like on coffee alone.
They might be because I go
Like,
in there.
If they were like the only place within like a 5-mile radius of me that sold coffee, I'd go there all the time.
Because I've gone in there and there's nobody in there, especially down in Oakland. Like you'd think that like, oh, it's Panera Bread, it has coffee, it has this, it has that. We'd go in there and it would be half empty during lunch, during dinner, and I'm like, how like they're only open because of their insane pricing. And that's probably why. Maybe it started off cheap and people didn't go there and they're like, well, we're making it just by charging more. But
That's
Jesus.
what Subway did.
Yeah, no, that's 100% what Subway did. But at least they didn't say $10 for a foot long.
Well, it's not as catchy.
Yeah.
It's weird. I go into Subway like 5 different times, and I get the same thing, and every time I get a
It's different.
It's different.
It's always different. It's always different.
It's always
It's
off by like
always.
50 cents or like 39 cents different or something, but it's never the same price. I'm like, how
Yeah.
does this even
They
happen?
must they have to like they probably do what like GameStop does, which is like every freaking day they change the price based on what they need to make money that day. It's like it's incredible how it, and like you said, it's not like it's like $1 or $2. It's like 10 cents, 20 cents, 5 cents, and it doesn't make any
It's
sense.
enough for me to remember that's like, I got this last week, and it's a different price.
Yeah. No, but Panera Bread, like I see Panera Breads and it pisses me off. Like I get angry for like the 5 seconds it's in my sight driving past it because it like the whole restaurant being a thing just pisses me off.
Well, boys, that wraps up our dishonorable mentions for this episode, and that's going to end this episode entirely. So thank you all so much for everyone who listened or watched the YouTube video. We really appreciate it. If you enjoyed what you heard or watched, be sure to leave a like, rating, and share our podcast with your close friends and family, you know. And yeah, so thank you again. If you have any suggestions on topics, be sure to leave it in the comments section on YouTube or DM us on Twitter, Instagram, whatever platform you can find us on, because we don't publicize that. So have fun looking that up. But yeah, thank you all so much, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.